In the living room, I tend to share a bit more about my own journey, my own personal experience, things that have actually happened that I wouldn't necessarily share so much on YouTube. And there's one conversation that I wanted to share a bit more about that happened in my own life with you guys, because I was talking about this in the living room and it seemed to resonate with a lot of people. And there was a really good point in it, which is when somebody's left and they've discarded you, you kind of really, really want them back so that you can have that validation that you mattered and that you meant something and that it wasn't all for nothing and that you didn't make it up in your head. And that's part of the craving and the wanting them to message you and reach out and stuff. But then the other side of it is wanting them to actually change, wanting them to actually be different, to take accountability, to work on themselves, and for you to be in a relationship where both people are doing that. So in my life, I used to be absolutely chasing, wishing, hoping this person would come back to me and tell me that I meant something, that I was the most important one, that I was the love of their life. And the thing is, he did come back and do that. And you know what? It was not enough, because I realized that it wasn't just the validation and the needing to be loved that I wanted. It was a partner that I wanted. And this person, it got to the point where I absolutely knew, yes, this person wants to be with me. They want all of the benefits of me giving and loving and being open and being that open, loving partner that I really wanted to be in the beginning. But they wanted none of the accountability. They wanted none of the listening, the difficult conversations. And so they would have come back willingly as long as I had never brought up anything difficult ever again, as long as I had never wanted to address things that were disruptive in the relationship, as long as I had never required anything emotionally accountable of them, right? So they can come back, and they often do, but they often do come back completely unchanged. And you think, well, that's useless. And it's annoying. It's annoying to be wanted by someone that you wanted to make a real relationship work with, and them to just not actually care about the things that truly matter to you. And you're there thinking, well, I want to care about you, what matters to you. And that's, it's not a two-way street when both people are not doing that. So this is one of the things that I think is really important to note, that if they do come back and they say, I miss you, I love you, you're so important to me, so what? So what if they then don't act on the things that had been disruptive, if they don't understand, if they can't, meet you at the level of emotional awareness that is very important for you to be able to be seen in the relationship? You know, this is why they say love is not enough sometimes. You can love someone, but that doesn't mean that you're going to be compatible. It doesn't mean that this person's right for you. And I think this is one of the parts of grief where you realize, shit, I just spent so much time in my life thinking and wishing and hoping that this person could be basically a different person. Unless they really, really want to do it, they might throw in all of these niceties and nice words and stuff. But remember, this is the lesson I learned the hard way with this, was that he would say lots and lots of lovely, nice things that made me feel like I'm special, I'm important, this person likes me, this person thinks of me this way or that way. But they're not right for me. He's not right, So that was really sad to realize that I basically got it wrong. It'd been a lot of limerence and a lot of idea of what it could be, what I wanted them to be, and actually maybe that was unfair of me to expect somebody to be different from how they wanted to be. And sometimes the most loving thing to do is to set each other free, to say, oh, okay, you're the way you are and I'm the way I am, and these two ways of being don't work. Also in the living room the other day, we had Erica, my therapist, come to talk to everybody, and she made a really good point about how some people are transactional in relationship and some people are emotional and relational. Right. So some people want to be like, yes, I'll do this for you and you'll do this for me. And there we go. We're fine. But then that creates resentment, doesn't it? If one person then can't give what the other person expects. And then it goes on into this endless cycle of building up on resentment. If that's the way that you are in relationships, so transactional like that. And avoidants often do tend to be like that because it's much more surface level. It's an easier way for them to kind of like understand how to be in relationship. And people who are more relational, they want love, they want safety, they want support, they want care, they want trust. They want to know that they can rely on someone. I was also telling the story about how, my grandpa, I went to see my grandpa the other day, and my nana died a year ago. And we were talking about her, and he was saying she just trusted me implicitly. She trusted me more than anybody in the world, and it was the greatest honor of my life. And I just want to say that that is a stark contrast to my clients who are like, yes, well, he cheated or she cheated, but maybe they could stop doing that, or maybe they'll come back, or maybe I could learn to trust them again, or they did this, and this, but hopefully they'll change in the future. Like that, it takes a lot to repair those really deep wounds of when people disrespect you and disregard you like that. My grandpa not once disrespected my nana, not once gave her a reason to not trust him, and that is why she trusted him implicitly till the day she died. And there's a very, very big difference with that, the types of relationship in which one is relational, one's transactional. One's an endless life of repair from a big trauma that happened. And you've got to ask yourself, look, you've got one life. And honestly, if everybody could have what my nana and grandpa had, the world would be an incredible place. But I think the bar has got to be high for yourself in this one life that we've got, that we want to be with somebody who we can trust till the day we die, who we do know has got our back, who we know actually cares about us and supports us, and who you can do the same for because it's mutual, because it's relational, it's respectful, you know? So yeah, this is what I wanted to say. And if you want to join the living room where we have amazing conversations like this and we share experiences, you can share what's going on in your life right now. The living room is the place to do it. It's such a beautiful space, and I'm so proud of it. We've been doing it for a year now, over a year, and people keep coming back because it's a very safe place where people from all walks of life come to share their experiences, and therefore you feel less alone. And the thing is that we are biologically wired to need connection, and that's why this is important. So if you want any more information about the living room, you can find out in the link below. I'd love to see you there, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.